I used to scream in the woods for fun. I know that sounds weird, maybe even a bit fucking mental, but it's not what it looks like. I'm sure there's some scientific paper that relates that sort of thing to isolated stress relief or some shit. I know I get a kick out of it. Unfortunately, like anything halfway decent in the shithole, it got ruined almost immediately. All it took was one wayward asshole, one piss drinker that wandered a bit too far from the herd, finding me in the middle of my therapeutic holler fest. He gave me shit, of course, called me a freak psychopath and threatened to tell everyone at school about it. Well, not really threatened, but more or less pronounced it with a resounding tongue-in-cheek caterwaul as he scampered up the thickets and disappeared. If they had just teased me or some shit, I'd be fine. Not much different than how shit usually operated around here. But no. They found the spot and turned it into their own personal freak-fest bungalow, bolting speakers into the trees to play their god-awful music, installing keggers in and around the site. I don't even know how. None of them could be trusted with a fucking stapler, let alone the carpentry equipment. And finally, they somehow set up a goddamn perv shack equipped with a telescope, so they can peep on the girls from St. Agnes's from across the lake. Upon discovering what became of my only solace from the hellhole, I quite frankly lost my shit. I sought out the original piss drinker, the one that started it all. His name was Garth Montgomery, some rich son of a fuck-ass toy company CEO. I know this from the simple fact that the seniors refused to even lay a finger on the kid. We're talking about the same shitheads that threw several 12-year-olds down the third-floor staircases a year ago. These absolutely insane shit-for-brains don't give a metaphorical fuck who you are. But I guess even here money can make anything happen. Montgomery had pre-analytics too, which upon further deliberation I come to realize is just a load of monumental horse shit, apart from the fact that at that point it's just goddamn Analytics 1. But I digress. Montgomery had paid some junior hotshot brainiac to do his classwork for him, so he could slack off and flip through the pages of some trashy nudie mags I'm 100% certain he bribed Coach Celebi for. That fucking scumbag. All that meant was that Montgomery wasn't actually in the class, and I would argue that that was his biggest fuck up for many more reasons aside from what I did. Upon finding that colossal shitheel lying flat on his back, face buried behind the sticky pages of a book I won't specify the title of for obvious reasons, I swore the entire world melded itself into a sinewy paste inside my head. Before I continue, I have to clear something up, for the record or whatever. I like animals. I love cats, I love dogs. I even love the fucking woodpeckers that leave my windowsill looking like a goddamn mafioso riddled it with 1,000 bullets. But I can't stand insects. I hate flies, I hate ants, and I especially loathe bees. These little yellow asshats will fuck your entire day up and make you question whether or not you accidentally took a shit on their breakfast earlier that morning. Now the fact that I hate bees doesn't factor in that much into what happened next. I swear it was just some sort of serendipitous universal shenanigans or something. But there had been a rather large beehive posted outside the mathematics building. It wasn't there the night before, and I don't think bees can make a hive that big in the span of a few hours. Either way, none of that shit stopped me from grabbing hold of that sappy ball of yellow death and lobbing it with the might of a fucking god into Garth Montgomery's face. I never took sports as a kid, so my arm was always kinda shit, but that hive tore open with a papery crack anyway and the piss drinker's wails resounded through the air like a fucking chorus. I'd have almost fallen to my knees in joy if I too hadn't been littered with bee stings. I kinda stood there for a while, half amazed at myself and half going fucking ballistic from the pain. By the time that all the students and faculty in the mathematics building had pulled out to see what all the noise was, everything had already lost its color, its sound, and I'm pretty sure I was standing on an empty void in time and space. Montgomery, in a fit of tears and rage, pointed at me accusing, ordered his posse of goons to wreck my shit. And if the sheer amount of bandages, painkillers, and one unfortunately colored arm cast wasn't indicative enough of the beating I took, my new status as the fucking bee freak cemented that day into legend. I never got my spot in the woods back. Montgomery got to go home on account of allergies or some shit, and I had to sleep on one side of my body for a whole month. There was a silver lining to that whole shit show, however. The piss drinkers forgot about me and moved on to harassing the band kids. Someone later told me the seniors thought I'd frag them with a wasp nest or some crazy shit like that if they mess with me again. And that was pretty cool.